Welcome to Wildlife with Belush, a place where the mysteries of nature are revealed and where legends are brought to life. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe now and join us on this journey, because what you're about to hear may change the way you see the world forever. They say the ocean hides more secrets than the stars in the sky. Sailors once spoke of a voice in the darkness, a song so beautiful, so haunting. It could lure men to their doom. Were these visions of madness, or did something truly live beneath the waves? Tonight, we dive into the chilling truth behind one of the oldest and most terrifying legends of the sea, the mermaids. The earliest stories of mermaids were not written in books. They were whispered on the decks of ships battered by storms. Men returning from endless voyages spoke of figures rising from the sea, long hair glistening with salt, pale faces lit by the moon, and tails that shimmered like silver in the darkness. But their beauty was a mask, for those who listened too closely never returned. Picture this: a sailor alone on the deck at night. The waves crash softly, the air thick with mist. Then faintly he hears it, a melody. At first it comforts him, like a lullaby from childhood. But as he leans closer to the rail, eyes scanning the endless water, the song grows louder. And then he sees her, a figure perched on jagged rocks, hair flowing like black silk in the wind, eyes glowing faintly in the moonlight. She turns slowly, her face both beautiful and terrifying. And she smiles. Legends say the song of the mermaid could entrance any man. Their voices, laced with supernatural power, pulling sailors into the depths. And once a sailor stepped too close, they were never seen again. Were they spirits of drowned women, guardians of the deep, or something far darker? For centuries, no one could answer. But the stories only grew louder, and the fear only grew stronger. Reports of mermaids spread across every ocean. In the Mediterranean, fishermen swore they saw pale women combing their hair with shells beneath the dawn sun. In Japan, whispers told of the ningyo, creatures with faces of humans but bodies of fish, whose flesh brought either blessings or curses. In the Caribbean, sailors carved warnings into their ships, drawings of women with tails, always perched on rocks, waiting. And then came the disappearances. Entire crews found adrift, their ships intact, but their men gone. Journals discovered in cabins spoke of hearing voices at night, melodies that carried through the mist. Pages ended abruptly, mid-sentence, mid-word, as though the writer had dropped everything and followed the sound. Perhaps the most chilling account came from a whaling ship in the 1800s. Survivors claimed that during a violent storm, a woman with long, flowing hair emerged from the sea, climbing the side of the vessel. Her skin was pale, her nails long and sharp. And when she opened her mouth, it was not music that escaped, but a scream that echoed like the abyss itself. Some dismissed these stories as hallucinations born of exhaustion. Others swore that what they saw was real. And if it was real, then what were these creatures? Women of the sea, beings of myth, or predators hidden in plain sight? Science offered its own explanations. They said sailors, half mad from hunger and thirst, mistook manatees or dugongs for mermaids. That longing and fatigue twisted animals into angels of the sea. But if that were true, why do the descriptions match across cultures separated by oceans? From Norse sagas to Polynesian chants, from African rivers to Arctic ice, the same figure appears, a woman of the sea, both alluring and deadly. And modern science has uncovered something even stranger. The ocean is still unexplored. To this day, more than 80% of it remains unseen. In the deepest trenches where sunlight has never touched, creatures stranger than nightmares live. Transparent predators, glowing hunters, beings that can survive pressure that would crush steel. So, what if mermaids are not fantasy? What if they are survivors of something ancient, something that began before humans ever walked the earth. In the late 20th century, scientists recorded sounds in the ocean they could not explain, low, haunting cries that echoed across hundreds of miles. Some dismissed them as ice cracking, others called them seismic shifts. But those who listened closely said it felt like a voice calling from the abyss. And if voices rise from the depths, whose voices are they? The storm rises higher, darker than before. Waves slam into the jagged rocks with the fury of giants, and each crack of thunder shakes the sea itself. Lightning tears across the sky, and in that chaos, a shape emerges. A mermaid. Her hair lashes violently in the storm winds, her silver blue tail flashing like a blade under every burst of lightning. She does not flinch. She does not hide. She stares into the horizon as if she belongs to the storm itself. Her voice cuts through the thunder, a scream, a song, a cry unlike anything human. It echoes across the waves, shattering the air, rattling the souls of those who hear it. And for a moment, it feels as though the storm answers her call. Was she summoning the storm, or was the storm obeying her? Stories from centuries ago echo into this moment. Sailors said that when a mermaid rose in a storm, it was not a coincidence. It was a warning or a judgment. Entire fleets vanished after sightings, ships crushed by waves that rose without mercy. Even now, in the modern age, such disappearances remain unsolved. Ships vanish without a trace. Distress signals cut off mid-scream. Black boxes recovered from the deep record, not mechanical failure, but something else. Strange sounds, haunting cries, voices. Are these the echoes of drowning men, or are they the songs of the abyss? The mermaid dives again, vanishing beneath the waves. The sea grows darker, heavier. And then she rises once more, this time closer. Her pale face illuminated in the lightning, her eyes glowing like embers beneath the surface. She does not blink. She does not breathe. She only waits. Some believe mermaids are guardians of the deep, watching, warning, protecting the ocean from mankind's greed. Others believe they are predators, hunters who lure men into the water to feed. And some whisper that they are something far older, survivors of a race forgotten by time, cursed to the sea for eternity. But what if they are all of these things? Think of it, a being that lives between worlds, human enough to enchant us, oceanic enough to endure depths we cannot reach, intelligent, ancient, unbound by the laws of our world. If such a creature exists, then everything we know about evolution, about history, about ourselves, collapses. The storm begins to break. Clouds drift apart, revealing the pale glow of dawn. The waves soften, but the silence that follows is heavier than thunder. On the horizon, a single silhouette remains. The mermaid, hair flowing gently now, tail flicking just once before she vanishes beneath the golden light. Gone. But is she truly gone? To this day, sightings continue. Tourists capture strange figures in photographs, shadows in the surf, shapes that vanish in seconds. Divers resurface in shock, claiming they felt eyes watching them in the depths. And fishermen still swear they hear songs carried on the wind at night, songs too perfect, too haunting, to be human. Maybe mermaids are guardians, maybe they are executioners, or maybe they are something worse, something we cannot even name. But one thing is certain, the ocean is vast, unexplored, and alive with secrets. Secrets waiting for those who dare to listen. So the next time you walk by the shore and hear a faint melody woven into the crashing of waves, ask yourself, is it the wind or is it her? The legend of the mermaid is not just a story. It is a mirror, showing us how little we truly know. This was her song, the mystery of the deep, the shadow of the sea, and perhaps the most haunting truth of our world. Join us again here on Wildlife with Belush. And if you haven't already, subscribe now, because the next story may not just surprise you. It may change everything you thought you knew about nature. In the wild, nothing is impossible. And in the ocean, nothing is ever truly gone.